So we were doing this
Okay, let's start with
dx
the.
is equal to t r sine theta r cos
Okay,
theta.
okay.
Like we were deriving
I remember.
something, we said.
We were talking about the using Gauss law with the dipole inside it.
So we were talking about Gauss.
No, the point was that up till now we've talked about Gauss law, and what Gauss law essentially says is that the total flux, if you calculate the total flux that is going out of a closed surface, so essentially you have a closed surface here. It's a three-dimensional surface. Obviously, it's a two-dimensional projection of a three-dimensional image. There's some charge that is kept inside here. What Gauss law essentially says is that the total flux, which will be given by the integral of the electric field with the area, so everything normal, dot product, that is what it means. This will be equal to the total charge, capital Q or small q. I would actually use small q because capital Q or theta, man, there's always a confusion. Uh, so this is Q enclosed over your epsilon naught, which is essentially your permeability. So how strong your electric field is going to be inside a medium. Now,
So this gives the strength of electric field inside a medium.
no, so see, so what? The epsilon naught.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's essentially talking about K so for example, if you have absolute vacuum and you have an electromagnetic wave or just an electric field just is going inside vacuum, you can think of electromagnetic waves also, but don't really need to. आप खाली electric field के बारे में बात कर सकते हो. The same electric field, if it were passed through a vacuum or if it were passed through some other medium, for example, a dielectric with some other epsilon naught, the strength of the electric field will obviously change. Um, even though the potential between the 2 points is exactly the same. We haven't really talked about potential yet, so don't get confused. Potential will come to later on. We're just talking about electric fields right now, the electric field strength right now. Okay, so yes. Yes. So this the total flux was apparently supposed to be the charge enclosed over epsilon naught, but then we also but then what this signifies is that if my total charge inside my closed surface is zero, so this should mean that E dot ds should be equal to zero. And in the case of a dipole, that is exactly what we have. You have a negative charge and you have a positive charge, right?
जी sir.
So the net charge is zero. So your E dot ds should be equal to zero, which essentially means that what it should mean that the electric field, since for every ds it's going to be zero, so you can think of this integral as a lot of sums, right? You can think of it like a small area, a small patch here, the electric field that is coming out of here multiplied by the area. Let's call this area some delta S1 multiplied by delta S1 plus some other area here. Let's call it delta S2. So it will be the electric field at, so this will be the electric field at 1, E1 here, and the electric field that will come out of here, let's call it E2. So the electric field will be, the flux will be E2 dot ds2 plus you can assume all the surfaces to be broken down into these small surfaces, right? So essentially what you're saying is that if I do this kind of a sum, En delta Sn, where n will tend to infinity as delta S tends to zero. So essentially saying कि as I decrease my number of my area, my number of elements that I'll have to take will be infinite. So essentially n will go to infinity if delta S goes to zero. This is equal to zero. So this is essentially what this statement is saying, correct?
जी sir.
But if this all of this is zero, since these are finite, my delta S1, delta S2, delta S3, delta S and all of these are finite. These are not zero, right? So for this to be exactly equal to zero, all my electric fields have to be zero, correct?
जी sir.
But what we have already figured out that an electric dipole has an electric field. We've already calculated the electric field actually. And how did we do that? We were able to do that using superposition principle, right? We said कि ये जो positive charge है उसकी वजह से एक electric field होगा, जो negative charge उसके ऊपर उसकी वजह से दूसरा electric field होगा, and उसको हम sum कर सकते हैं because the superposition principle is true. And we can actually calculate the electric field, and we did calculate the electric field. The electric field,
जी
as we
sir.
figured out, was a function of 1 by r cube, was proportional to 1 by r cube. So there is a mismatch here, and so that was the question essentially, okay, why is there a mismatch here? And to be honest, this is not really part of your syllabus. This is just a thought that I had in my head when I remembered when I was studying electrodynamics for the first time in my 12th. तो मेरे दिमाग में ये सवाल आया था, but this was apparently out of syllabus. पता नहीं क्यों continuity क्यों उसमें. I just had this question and started solving this.
जी sir.
But this teaches you something very, very important, which is that your E dot ds can actually be equal to zero, but for other reasons. Other reasons being, so what is the electric field that we actually calculated for the dipole? Do you remember? For some the random theta, we calculated something, right?
Mm,
When we said ki, if there is a dipole here, which has a dipole moment in this direction, and we wanted to calculate the electric field at some random point at some angle theta with this. So what essentially what we did was we just broke up the moment into its two components, into its p cos theta component and into its p sin theta component. And we said that this p cos theta component is essentially saying okay, you have another dipole which is kept along this, so you just have to calculate the electric field along the axis at some distance r. Let's call this distance to be r. So this were the electric field. So this is, and it's going to be radially outwards because the negative sign is there and the positive sign is there. And we already figured out that if you had an electric field dipole like this, and if you calculated the electric field at some point along the axis, it's going to be in this direction. So it's exactly this problem. Just आपने एक angle पे उसको कर दिया है theta पे.
जी sir.
So what was the electric field that we figured out? इसका होना चाहिए. This is, let's call this E1, and this was some kp over r cube, right? And
Yes sir.
since you have p cos theta here, so this p will be p cos theta, right? So this was your E1 r cap, correct?
जी sir.
And the other component, which was essentially broken down, which will be essentially the perpendicular component here, that is essentially like saying you have a dipole here and you're calculating on the top, right? In the middle axis, because आपने एक component u लिया और दूसरा component आपने u लिया, right?
Yes sir.
So it's exactly, and ये वाला जो line होगा तो उसके perpendicular होगा,
हाँ जी sir.
for obvious reasons. So इस point पे हमने जो electric field थी, that was along this direction, right? If your p was along this direction, so you remember, because वो cancel out कर रहे थे y direction में और खाली x direction में हमारा component
Oh
है
yes sir. Yes sir.
right? ये सारा calculation किया था. Actually there was a 2 here, and the electric field E2 will actually be half of that, right? You remember that also. P sin
Sir,
theta
सर
over
ये
r cube.
चैप्टर कितना बड़ा है लाइक और कब कितना चलेगा ये चैप्टर?
बहुत बहुत लंबा चैप्टर है ये. दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट चैप्टर. फॉर एग्जांपल गॉस लॉ जो हम अभी कर रहे हैं, अराउंड 30% of your whole question paper in your IIT or any other exam, even your boards, comes from exactly this topic. 30%. Just imagine how. So it's both difficult and secondly it's also very very repetitive. मतलब इस पे बहुत अलग अलग questions बन सकते हैं, तो इसलिए it's very very important. इसलिए it's good to just spend time on this. Okay, so what essentially I was getting to was कि now what we're trying to do is we're trying to assume a Gaussian surface, which is essentially a sphere around this dipole. And what we wanted to do was calculate this flux. Now, since my n cap, my r cap, essentially, since this surface is a sphere, my n cap will always be in the direction of r cap, right? It will always be radially outwards. मैं कहीं पे भी अगर एरिया लेता हूँ तो उसका जो नॉर्मल वेक्टर होगा n cap जो
वो
होगा
उससे
उसका,
परपेंडिकुलर होगा।
वो हमेशा r की डायरेक्शन में होगा, राइट?
यस सर।
हमेशा r की डायरेक्शन में होगा। Yes. So this is actually theta cap because this will be in this direction, right? And this will be theta cap E2. So my E2 will not contribute. The only thing that will contribute to the flux will be E1, correct? Because this is the only one in the R direction. This is the only one that is in the outward direction. जब हमारा ये वाला component है, जब हम perpendicular calculate कर रहे हैं, we do not have an r cap direction में, we only have in the perpendicular direction, which is the theta cap direction, right? इस direction में हमारे पास कुछ नहीं है, we only have in this direction, which is the theta cap direction. So this is essentially theta cap. Is this making sense?
यस सर।
So जब हम E dot ds calculate करेंगे, since my ds is so this essentially can be written as E dot n cap ds. So n cap जो है, I said is going to be my r cap, right? So my E, which is essentially the sum of E1 and E2, so it's going to be E1 plus E2 using superposition principle dot r cap into ds. Now E2 is theta cap, and theta cap is perpendicular to r cap, so the dot product is going to be 0. So E2 or dot r cap is going to be 0. But E1 dot r cap, if I take E1 dot r cap, this is not going to be 0 because both are in r cap direction. So r cap dot r cap is just going to give you 1, correct?
जी सर।
So essentially what you will have is integral E1 dot r cap multiplied by ds. So which is essentially my closed integral. Let's go back and see what E1 is. It's 2k p cos theta. It's 2k p cos theta over r cubed times ds. So ये हमारा total r cap, right? Because this was r cap dot r cap, and this is gives you just 1. So this is my integral that I have, which I have to do. Now the second question was, what is my ds, right? And we tried to do a whole mathematical thing where we essentially said that my ds is going to be dx into dy, and then I tried to replace the coordinates. That's a very, very long way of doing it.
यस
And
सर।
it's too difficult. इसका एक geometrical way भी है, which I actually figured out after the class. So here essentially is how you can think about it. So let's draw the XYZ axis again. So this is going to be my x-axis, this is going to be my y-axis, and this is going to be my z-axis. All the positive sign, I have put an arrow. Now, if I have, so do you remember the definitions of r, theta, and phi? So if you have a vector, which is here, and which is pointing at this point, my theta was defined as the angle from the z-axis. My r was defined as the length of this from the center. So the distance of this point from the center from 0, 0, 0. And my phi was defined as the projection, the angle that the projection makes with the x-axis, correct?
जी सर।
Now, if I want to figure out an area here, let's say this area you want to figure out, and it's on a sphere. Remember, this area is on a sphere, right? Now, it's essentially two arcs that you care about, right? So there is this one arc here and the other arc is the perpendicular arc. So इसको अगर मैं अलग से बनाऊं, so it's essentially like this coordinate here. So you need this one arc here and this other arc here. Now arc का distance हम कैसे calculate करते थे? So if let's say you have an arc like this, so, and you know the distance from this distance r, and the angle let's say is some d theta, then what is the length of the arc going to be? It is going to be r times d theta, correct?
Yes sir, differentiate कर दिया दोनों को.
Differentiate करने की जरूरत नहीं है. It's just the multiplication. The length is, that is how essentially it's defined.
Yes.
You can derive this also. Actually, should have done that already. But okay. So in the theta, so this angle. So if you see here, so if I want to calculate the length of this arc here, this is going to be r d theta. What about the other arc here? So एक arc का तो हमको पता चल गया because this angle is d theta. So हमको ये वाला arc का length पता चल गया d theta. But what about the other arc? Well, the other angle is phi, but phi is defined from the projection, right? So you'll actually
Yes, sir.
have to project also. So your this distance r, so this will be the angle d theta अगर हमको लेना है, and this distance from here to here, it's essentially going to be, since this distance is r and this distance is theta, so this distance is going to be r sine theta, correct? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes sir.
Yes. So this distance is going to be r sine theta, and the angle is d phi. So the other arc is going to be of the length r sine theta d phi. D phi, correct?
सर r sin theta, अच्छा हाँ हमने बस theta replace कर दिया. Yes sir.
r sine theta d phi.
d phi
So अब इसका एरिया क्या आ गया, यानी कि so the area which is essentially ds is
is
now
equal to r sin theta minus d
r
theta.
square, because यहाँ पे भी आ रहा है, यहाँ पे भी आ रहा है.
हाँ
So
sorry, r square
r square sin theta d theta
sin theta d theta
d phi. So now
d
you
phi.
know what your ds is in spherical coordinates. This is only in spherical coordinate. You can do the same exercise in other coordinate systems, like the coordinate, like the cylindrical coordinate system or other elliptical coordinate systems, which are slightly more complicated, and you don't really need to deal with all of those. But you in principle can. I mean, if you go ahead in physics, you will be doing it.
सर इसकी कोई वीडियोस नहीं है ऑनलाइन, लाइक कोई 3D वीडियो हो जिसमें कुछ ऐसे दिख जाए, क्लैरिटी हो जाए?
I'll try to find some. Or if there aren't, I'll try to make some. If that's okay.
जैसे क्योंकि थोड़ा 3D में सोचना पड़ रहा है ना इसे.
Yes, 3D का है ये. हाँ, नहीं, that's a good point. और मतलब ये problem actually हमेशा होती है in class, especially when you're drawing on a board, because it's just a two-dimensional representation of a three-dimensional
हाँ
object.
नहीं तो वो फिर समझ नहीं आता ना कि वो पीछे है क्या है,
Yes.
वो उसका एक्सटेंशन है.
Yes, that's true. लेकिन अभी तक समझ आ रहा है ना क्या किया अभी?
सर मतलब अभी तक काफी समझ आ गया, कुछ चीजें नहीं समझ आई.
So you can always stop me. Stop me as soon as तुमको कुछ लगे कि ये समझ नहीं आया मेरे को.
जी सर.
Okay, so हमने E1 का पार्ट निकाल लिया था और DS भी निकाल लिया अब हमने. So let's put all of them together. So my integral becomes I remember 2kp cos theta over r cube, and you have a ds which is r square sin theta d theta d phi, and theta जो है वो कहाँ से कहाँ तक जाएगा? So if I go back to my original figure, what's the range of theta? Theta can go from 0 to 180 degrees, right? So it can go from here to the other side. So this is 180 degrees. Whereas phi can go from here and come back here. So this is 360 degrees. So दोनों का range अलग अलग है. Remember that. This is an important point. Theta का जो range है, that is from 0 to pi or 0 to 180 degrees, and phi का जो range है, that is from 0 to 2 pi. So now,
जी सर.
So now when I replace these as my integrals, so I essentially have two integrals here. One, the theta integral, jiska range is 0 to pi, and my other is my phi integral, jiska range is 0 to 2
0
pi.
to 2 pi.
Lovely. So this is what my integral has become. The r square cancels out with this. Notice what you have here. You have a cos theta here and a sin theta here, right?
जी sir.
And you have a 2 here also, which is nice, but you don't really need that 2 because you can always multiply and divide by 2. So 2 sin theta cos theta gives you a sin 2 theta, right?
Yes sir.
So this becomes 2 pi 0 to pi. So this just becomes kp sin
Sin 2 theta.
2 theta d
And sir,
theta.
kp will be constants, तो बाहर आ जाएंगे.
Yeah, you can yes, kp constant hai, and even r is r is
Even
going to
r
be a
is a
constant
constant. Yes.
because you're calculating at a fixed distance. R is fixed.
जी sir.
So you can bring all of these out, and okay, so kp over r integral 0 to 2 pi integral 0 to 2 pi sin 2 theta d theta d phi. Now phi का तो कोई आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं है, so phi को तुम डायरेक्टली इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हो. So phi का इंटीग्रल is just 2 pi. That is what it will give you, right? It will just give you a 2 pi here, kp over r. Does this make sense where this 2 pi is coming from?
Yes sir.
Sin 2 theta d theta. Now, can you do this integral for me? What's the integral of sine?
So sin 2 theta d phi. Oh.
kp over r sin theta का इंटीग्रल होता है cos theta और minus cos theta.
Cos. Yes sir.
So you have cos theta or minus cos theta. Which one is it?
So I guess it will be cos theta.
नहीं, sin का differentiation cos होता है, तो यानी कि sin का integral minus cos है. That is how I remember.
Oh yes sir. हाँ हाँ हाँ.
That is how I remember it. And उसका उल्टा is also true. So cos का differentiation is minus sign. So cos का integral is going to be plus sign.
अब सर फिर इसके बाद d phi को करेंगे इंटीग्रेट.
d phi को हमने पहले कर दिया, वहां से तो ये 2 pi आया, right?
अच्छा 2 pi आ गया. हाँ
2
जी
pi
सर.
आ गया ना उसका already. So okay, so this is minus cos 2 theta from the range 0 to pi.
0 to pi.
Now if you substitute this, minus sign bahar le lo, minus kp over r. Now when you put this is cos 2 theta, actually over 2 bhi aayega yahan pe, right? Because there is a
Yes
2
sir.
here.
1 plus 1 2 आएगा नीचे.
So उस 2 को भी बाहर रख दिया मैंने. So this is 2 pi minus cos 0. What is cos 2 pi? Well, that's 1.
So 1 minus 0.
1. Cos 0
1
is also
minus
1.
1. Yes sir.
So this is 0.
ओके, तो हमने वही प्रूफ कर दिया जो हमने पीछे लिखा था.
Yes. So but now you proved it. So
बट वी हैव प्रूव्ड इट ज्योमेट्रिकली. वहां पे हमने
geometrically, yes. But there is a very, very important thing here that one has to realize. You have an electric field. You do have an electric field. But your flux can be 0. Your flux still can be 0. And your flux will be 0 for very, very specific conditions. So, and it's not only going to be this dipole. This is going to be a very, very general thing. So, flux किसका 0 हो रहा है? Flux is 0 for अगर तुम चार्ज लोगे, तुम्हारे पास एक मोनोपोल है, तो तुम्हारा चार्ज 0 होना चाहिए, right? But my flux will be 0 also for a dipole. And this is actually going to be a more general thing. This will be true for a quadrupole also. And an octopole also. And so on and so forth. So you can have a lot of these combinations. You can have a plus minus and a minus plus here. Something like this, which is essentially a quadrupole. And if you take a Gaussian surface, your flux should still be 0.
हाँ सर, क्योंकि दोनों फील्ड्स तो कैंसिल आउट हो जाएंगे इसमें.
Fields cancel out नहीं हो रही हैं. That is what I'm saying. Fields are not canceling out. It's about the geometry. Why is it happening? You'll later on figure out if this is happening is because these functions, ये जो cos theta यहाँ पे आया है, this is special. This is what is causing it to go to zero. अगर तुम notice करोगे, it's only because of this cos theta कि ये sin 2 theta बना, क्योंकि ये sin theta तो हमेशा रहेगा. This sin theta
हाँ
will remain here always. Only this cos theta will not be here.
जी सर.
There will be other functions also like this cos theta, like a cos cube theta. Essentially, cos cube theta भी
मतलब
तुम्हें zero देगा.
जिनकी भी वैल्यू मतलब हम cos थीटा sin थीटा से sin 2 थीटा ला सकते हैं.
Not only sin 2 theta ला सकते हैं, but
cos थीटा के
functions
इक्वल जिसकी भी वैल्यू.
functions which are functions of theta and they have sin theta d theta to be equal to 0,
0.
right? These all
जी
these
सर.
kinds of functions will essentially all these जो भी ये condition satisfy करेगा वो सारी functions तुमको, these are special functions which will essentially give you zero flux.
ये सर वो तो इसीलिए होगा ना क्योंकि वहां पे
These
0 आ
functions
जाएगा
are
इनिशियली.
called, yes, these functions are called spherical harmonics. Okay,
स्फेरिकल
harmonics.
हार्मोनिक्स. ओके सर.
So जब तुम इसका इसका मैं एप्लीकेशन बताऊं, आई टेल यू. सो यू रिमेंबर हाउ इन योर atomic structure you have these s orbitals and p orbitals and d orbitals.
जी सर.
So these are essentially that. अगर तुम उनको functions में लिखोगे तो spherical harmonics हैं. So this is a dipole that is essentially a p orbital. So the geometry is exactly the geometry of a p orbital. So ये f of theta जो मैं geometry की बात कर रहा हूँ, this is the geometry of a p orbital. D orbital is the geometry of a quadrupole, and so on and so forth.
जी सर.
So this is essentially how this structure is going to go ahead. Lovely. I hope all of this is clear because this is a very very interesting thing. मतलब काफी logical problems मुझे भी हुई थी क्योंकि when I studied all of this. So if you have any problems, please go ahead and tell me. Okay, now let's come back to Gauss law. This we are still doing Gauss law, but let's come back to the Gauss law in the syllabus.
सर ये सिलेबस से बाहर था सारा.
सारा नहीं बस इतना. This is dipole in a dipole
अच्छा वो क्वाड्रपोल वगैरह.
का Gauss law.
हाँ सर लेकिन वो ज्यादा
Quadrupole,
इंटरेस्टिंग था
sorry.
सिलेबस से.
हाँ, yes. Because these are some typical problems जो actually नहीं पता होता है लोगों को. Okay, खैर whatever. Yes, here we are. So application of Gauss law. Now, अभी तक हमने पढ़ा है Gauss law के बारे में. What was Gauss law? Gauss law said that the flux, which is essentially just the E dot ds, is always going to be charged enclosed over your epsilon naught. Now, if you choose your ds in a smart way, which essentially means using the symmetry of the system, using
जी
the
सर.
symmetries of the system, what you can do is you can choose a surface such that your electric field on that surface will be a constant. If your electric field on a surface is constant, what you can do is you can take the electric field out and you will essentially have an integral over your ds, which is essentially just going to give you the area. This is just the area.
यस सर.
And from here, this will be a function of the function of the charge distribution over epsilon naught, right?
जी सर.
So now what you can do, you can calculate the electric field directly because electric field is just going to be this function of charge, so your charge enclosed, whatever the charge enclosed is, over epsilon naught divided by the area. So you can calculate the electric field very, very efficiently. And that is essentially what we are going to do. And that is exactly how we're going to apply Gauss law. Example se samajh aayega. So let's take an example of an infinite line charge. So let's think of an infinite line charge. We've already talked about an infinite line charge. Remember?
इन्फिनिट लाइन चार्ज सर मतलब अगर कोई स्ट्रेट लाइन है उसमें चार्ज मूव करता ही रहेगा.
No, not like a wire, but just a charge, just a line of charges. Let's say you only have plus charges, and you have a line of these plus charges, and an infinite line of these line
जी
charges.
सर.
We have already, I mean, should have already done it using
सर आई
superposition
गेस
principle.
ग्राउंडिंग में किया था हमने जब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सारे.
Huh. Yes. So superposition principle, say you can directly calculate it by doing an integral, right? So you
तो
say
सर
that
प्लस ही कर देंगे सब में. यस सर.
this point is at some distance r, and then you have these 2 points here, and you calculate electric field 1 and electric field 2, and you say that ऊपर जितना होगा उतना ही नीचे होगा because it's going to be an infinite wire, and y-axis में cancel out हो जाएगा. That is how we did using superposition principle. But now
जी
look at what you can do using Gauss law. That is a very long procedure. Using Gauss law, what you can do is think about what is the surface that is essentially what you need to do is you need to calculate your electric field dot ds. You need to choose a surface epsilon naught. Let's say this charge distribution is some lambda. So lambda is essentially charge per unit distance. Now you need to choose a surface such that it's going to be the electric field is going to be symmetric. The electric field is going to be constant on that surface. What kind of a surface can you choose here?
सर कोई भी कंडक्टर.
No, a surface you need to choose. So you can choose like a spherical surface here, but the spherical surface is not going to be nice, right? Because
सर लेट्स
you're
जस्ट टेक अ स्क्वायर.
if you just take a square, first of all, a square is a two-dimensional object.
क्यूब आएगा सर.
Yes. So अगर आप cube लेते हो, there are certain problems. First of all, edges पे क्या हो रहा है? The distance from here to the edge, the distance from here to here is not the same. So the electric field from here to here is not going to be the same. So the electric field on this surface is not going to be the same everywhere. You need to choose a surface जिस पे electric field same होगा हर जगह.
सर
And
एक
ऐसी
लाइन ही ले लेते हैं फिर.
एक सिलेंडर ले लो ना.
सिलेंडर वही सर मतलब वही कहने का मतलब रोप जैसे
Yes,
होती सिलेंडर.
तो उसकी सिमेट्री को फॉलो करो. लाइन है तो चारों तरफ उसके सर्कल में you
एक
have
सिलेंडर हो गया.
so yes, ये जो सिलेंडर होगा, this is at constant distance from the center, right?
जी सर.
So that's why this is essentially symmetrical. About this is the perfect thing to choose because this is symmetrical about this. So now let's see how we can calculate this electric field using this procedure. Now, since our surface is this cylindrical surface, my electric field is going to be constant on that surface. So I can take this electric field out, and my electric field is going to point always outwards, right?
जी
Yes,
सर.
no, maybe. And my
जी सर.
ds, my n cap is also always going to point outwards, right?
हाँ जी सर.
So my E is also going E is going to be along r cap, and my ds is also going to be along r cap. So I can write this down as this. And on my right hand side, I have my charge enclosed. So what is the charge enclosed going to be? So let's say that this is you need to take the length. Okay, yes. So let's say this is some length L. So what's the charge that is enclosing this that is enclosing the surface?
सर चार्ज होगा हमारा कुछ भी Q1.
Q1, but yes, but what is the total charge? Since this is length L and lambda is the charge per unit length, so my total charge is going to
तो
be
लैम्डा
lambda
एल हो
times
जाएगा ना सर.
lambda L
यस
हो
सर.
जाएगा. Absolutely. So my total charge Q small q enclosed is just going to be lambda times L. lambda times L over epsilon. Or I can just write it as Q enclosed also. Not Q enclosed. Okay. This is, so my E can come out now because my E is a constant. Integral ds is going to be Q enclosed over epsilon naught. So now all I need to do is just need to calculate this integral ds. This is just the area. So I just need to know the area of this surface here, right?
Yes.
What is the area of this surface? This is a cylinder. This is
Sir,
the area
to
is just going to
pi
be
r square L
2 pi r L. Pi r
area.
square L is
Okay,
the
yes, sir,
volume,
pi r L.
because ds no dv hota to volume hota,
Yes, sir.
ds hai to area.
Area
So
तो
this
sir
is
2 pi r
this
L.
2 pi r L Q enclosed. This is lambda times L over epsilon naught. My L cancels out, and what this gives me is my electric field is just going to be lambda over 2 pi epsilon naught r. The end. So आपने जो उस वक्त पूरा इंटीग्रल किया था, आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं थी. If you choose the right surface, you just need to calculate the area. So rather than doing superposition principle again and again and doing integral over the electric fields, you can just do an integral over the area. That's why Gauss law is so powerful. Does this make sense?
Oh, yes, sir.
So how is this electric field going to look like?
So electric field will be in outward direction only.
So my electric field is proportional to 1 by r. So how does a 1 by r graph look like?
Sir, slope, downward slope. Yes, sir.
It's like this, right? So it starts, so that's not how you essentially see it. Downward slope का मतलब ये भी हो सकता है, ये भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, right?
हाँ, मतलब जैसे r square 1 by r square की होती है वैसी.
1 by r square का कैसे होगा? How will 1 by r square look like?
सर 1 by r square की थोड़ी और नीचे हो जाएगी.
थोड़ी और नीचे जाएगी, और जो ऊपर से स्टार्ट होगा, will that start before this line or after this line? What does
After
that
this,
question, what does that question even mean? The question means as you approach r to 0, which is going faster to infinity? Is 1 by r going faster to infinity, or is 1 by r square going faster to infinity?
sir 1
Obviously
by
1 by
r
r
square.
square. Yes, obviously
Yes,
1 by
sir.
r square. So it's going to start from piche, and it's going to cross it somewhere, and then it will go to 0 faster, because
Oh.
1 by r square goes to 0 faster as r tends to infinity rather than 1 by r. So both are true. So it's actually going
तो
to
सर
cross at 1.
इनके बीच में एक पॉइंट ऑफ कोलिजन भी तो होगा.
Collision hoga, yes. And what is that point going to be? That's going to be at r is equal to 1. Right? Makes sense.
अच्छा,
R is
ओ
equal to 1 डालोगे तो 1
हाँ,
और 1
r is
square.
equal to r square 1. Yes, sir.
Makes sense, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so so this is essentially how it's going to look like. So what you will have is, you'll have the electric field and R, and it will just
सर
change.
इसमें पेजेस शेयर हो सकते हैं, लाइक जो आपने अभी लिखा है ये सारे पेज शेयर हो सकते हैं. ऑप्शन होती है इसमें.
I don't know. I have to check. Honestly have no idea. Never used it. But actually,
सर जरा पता.
there should be
सर
some.
एक
Hey,
निष्कर्ष सर से एक बार पता कर लेना अगर
अरे
हो
ये रहा
सकते
सेव
हैं.
का ऑप्शन ये तो रहा. हाँ, I'll just send it to you. I'll save it and send it to you. Wait, I'll just do it. I'm not deleting anything today.
यस सर.
Save.
सर एक एक करके सेव करने सारे एक साथ हो जाएंगे. ऑप्शन होगी वहां पे.
है, ऑप्शन कुछ नहीं दे रहा यार. सेव लिखा है यहाँ पे. तो यहाँ पे वो जो हमने PNG उसको
सर पता लगे 8 बार सारा सेव हो गया.
hopefully not. Now I'll save it also while continue to do it so that everything gets nicely saved. Okay, so this was about a line charge. Now let's move on to another distribution. Let's now talk about no, not this one. What do I need? Ninth, another. Okay, now let's talk about a sheet. So a two-dimensional surface. So now imagine you have an infinite sheet. So this is actually an infinite sheet. So all of these ends are not really hard ends. These are soft ends, which essentially go to infinity. Now you have this infinite charge. You have a charge distribution of a sigma here, let's say. What is the ideal Gaussian surface here to take?
सर
You thinking about the
आइडियल क्या?
symmetries. Ideal Gaussian surface to take, thinking about the symmetries of the system. Gaussian
सर
surface.
कोई 2D में भी चलेगी?
2D में नहीं चलेगी ना, तुमको सरफेस चाहिए एक
सर
3D में एक।
क्यूब होगी क्योंकि क्यूब में तो हर एक चीज सिमेट्रिकल ही होती है।
देखो अगर तुम यहाँ पे क्यूब ले लेते हो, yes, that will definitely work. So you have a cube like this. Let's say you have a cuboid like this, so which is essentially
Yes.
cutting this at a square here. You can
हाँ
definitely
मतलब
have this. You can definitely have this, or you can just use a cylinder again, which is essentially also just simpler, right?
सिलेंडर तो हर जगह ही चल जाता है सर।
So essentially just
यूनिवर्स
cutting, you're just cutting cube or square. Now you're just cutting a circle.
सर यहाँ पे तो डायमंड भी चल जाएगा।
Diamond भी चल जाएगा, absolutely. Anything which is essentially has this elongation kind of a property in
Anything which can be divided into two equal parts.
not two equal parts. You can actually divide it into many equal parts.
Okay.
like बार काट सकते हो उसको. Okay, but meaning that it's like a shape which you elongate. So you can take any two-dimensional space and just elongate it. That kind of a thing.
जी सर।
Cube को cube or sorry, square को cube banana. You only said that last time, I think. Yes. Okay, so what's the flux going to be about? So let's imagine the upper wala surface. Let's call this surface 1 and let's call this surface 2. So इस end का और उस end का, इस वाले end का मुंह को 1 बोल दिया, उस पीछे वाले end के मुंह को 2 बोल दिया, बस ये गेम है।
Yes sir.
Electric field जो होगी will essentially point out in this direction and point out in this direction, right? Because it is
सर तो
coming out on
मतलब
both sides.
सर नेट इलेक्ट्रिक तो जीरो हो गई ना?
Is it?
सर मतलब अगर तो वो इक्वल हाफ्स में काट रहा है तो लेफ्ट में जितनी होगी उतनी ही उस डायरेक्शन में होगी, तो
हाँ बिल्कुल
मैग्नीट्यूड तो जीरो हो जाएगा
ना. On the right hand side, or on the right hand side of the thing, you'll have electric field that is pointing in this direction. On the left hand side, you'll have everything pointing in this direction, right?
यस सर।
That is essentially what I'm. How is this? So for it to cancel out, essentially you need to have two surfaces. If you
जी
have
सर।
two surfaces, then yes, it's going to cancel out, and which gives me an interesting problem to come to after this. Okay, so what is my integral going to be? It's going to be my electric field dot ds is going to be my charge enclosed over epsilon naught. This is my Gauss law. Now, the electric field, whatever the electric field is going to be, it's going to be outwards. It's going to be essentially along the same direction in which my ds, this area, n cap, is going to be in the same direction as my e. So essentially, the dot product will just give you one, and hence you can bring out the e again. So same thing as we did last time. Close integral ds q enclosed over epsilon naught. Now, what is the area? Well, the area is just this circle, right? What is the area of this circle?
So pi r square.
Well, let's just call it S. No. Let's just call this area some S. Why am I calling this area some S? Because I know what is going to happen on the right hand side. Because on the right hand side, I have my Q enclosed. So Q enclosed is just the charge that is here, right? What is the charge here? Sigma is my charge per unit area. So my charge inside Q enclosed is just going to be sigma times S, correct?
जी sir.
So this Q enclosed is just sigma times S over epsilon naught. So कुछ भी होगा कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा क्योंकि दोनों तरफ कट जाएगा. So E is just going to be sigma over epsilon naught.
So sigma क्या है हमारा?
This is charge per unit area. Charge divided by area.
And sir इसमें चार्ज सिर्फ दोनों एंड्स पे होगा, ये जितनी लेंथ है उस पे नहीं
नहीं,
होगा.
charge. No. These things are Gaussian surfaces. These are imaginary surfaces. इस पे कोई charge
Okay.
नहीं है. The
जी
charge
sir.
is on the infinite sheet. Infinite
अच्छा
sheet of
ओके, तो जहां से वो कट कर रहा है हमें सिर्फ उस एरिया का निकालना है.
yes, उस area का yes. तभी तो मैं ये बनाया.
जी सर.
Yes. So notice what is happening here. Your electric field is just dependent on sigma, and sigma is just a constant. Right? It's constant. It's the charge density. So my electric field is also going to be constant. And it's going to be along the direction which you will figure out whether it's on the right hand side or the left hand side. And that is exactly how you figure it out. Let's do a couple of examples based on this so that you have an idea of what kind of questions can you expect on problems like this. Wait, just a second. Oh, okay. Yes, there is a problem here because okay, if you think about it, the total electric field. Yes. Yes. There are two areas here, right? There is not one area. There is one area here and one area here, right?
जी सर.
So that's why there is a 2s here. Sorry. And hence you'll have a 2 here. Does that make sense?
क्या सर?
So
2 epsilon.
there will be a 2 here because there are two areas here. So if I take the total area, this integral is talking about the area of my Gaussian surface, right?
Yes sir.
Of Gaussian surface.
अच्छा क्योंकि वो दो साइडों पे एक्सटेंड
दो
हो रहा है
साइड
तो
पे है.
इसीलिए.
Yes. So दो एरियाज हैं. एक एरिया नहीं है, दो एरिया जहां से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड निकल रही है.
सर फिर तो ये जनरल फॉर्मूला ही हो गया अपॉन 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट, क्योंकि जब भी कोई हम फिगर लेंगे जो ऐसे होती है सिमेट्री में.
Absolutely. This is the general formula, yes, on both sides. So it's
यस
actually
सर.
sigma over 2 epsilon naught. So for example, as you say, if you have an infinite, let's say one here surface, and you have another surface.
सर ये वही है जो मैं बोल रहा था, मतलब
हाँ.
जब आपने मेरे को बोला था तो
Yes.
वही होगा.
Yes. So if you have, let's say, all these are plus, but what we were talking about was both plus. But let's say the other one is minus. Now what
जी
will
सर.
happen? So
सर फिर
now
तो इसमें एक फील्ड बन जाएगी ना, इसके आसपास ये
one,
डायपोल की तरह एक्ट करने लग
just a
जाएगा.
second, just a second. There will be three areas around it, right?
यस
One
सर.
area on the left of both, one area in the center, and one area on the right of both. because both of them are infinite, remember. So these are
जी
actually
सर,
infinite sheets. मतलब पूरा यूनिवर्स को काट रहा है वो
ये
दो
सर
तीन तीन पार्ट्स में. Okay.
जी.
So tell me what the electric field is going to be here. Tell me what the electric field is going to be here, and tell me what the electric field is going to be here.
सर लेट्स जस्ट अज्यूम कि उसकी चार्ज जो है वो क्यू है,
Sigma is sigma. So
सिग्मा
this is some plus sigma and this is some minus sigma.
माइनस सिग्मा. तो सर
पहले बीच में स्टार्ट करते हैं, बीच में क्या होगा.
सर बीच में,
हाँ,
सर बीच में तो क्या कहते हैं, एक सिलेंडर रख देते सर इसमें भी.
यस, सिलेंडर रख दो. दो सिलेंडर रख दो, एक क्यों रखना है. एक यहाँ पे रख दिया, एक यहाँ पे रख दिया. इसकी वजह से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्या होगी यहाँ पे. दैट विल बी सिग्मा बाय 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट, राइट.
सिग्मा बाय 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट, और
और इसकी
उससे
वजह से
सर सिग्मा बाय माइनस माइनस सिग्मा बाय 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट.
सो बीच में
तो
क्या होगी.
दोनों को प्लस करोगे तो सर जीरो आ जाएगी.
जीरो. सो बीच में कुछ 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 इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होगी.
हाँ जी सर.
बीच में कुछ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होगी
जी सर.
कहीं पे भी.
सर वैसे वो प्रैक्टिकली थोड़ा अजीब नहीं हो गया.
प्रैक्टिकली थोड़ा अजीब नहीं है. दिस वर्क्स. We'll come to why this, how we know this works also. You can see what is an infinite sheet. जब कोई infinite sheet बोलता है, actually कोई चीज infinite नहीं होती है. It's all relative. So if I
जी
take
सर.
the area to be very very small, such that अगर एक sheet में ले रहा है length
वही
L
अगर
का,
सर उसके ऊपर एक सैंड पार्टिकल रख
yes,
दिया तो
इतना
हम कहें
छोटा
कि.
रखा है तो उसके लिए तो वो infinite है, right?
जी सर.
So essentially that is the kind of things we're talking about कि हम almost center पे कर रहे हैं और edge effects को हम ignore कर रहे हैं. edge effects होगा अगर ये finite होता है तो बिल्कुल changes होंगे. आपका electric field is not going to be constant. It's actually going to be a variable and it's not in your syllabus, but still one can do that. Anywho, what about on the left hand side, extreme left.
सर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे क्या कहते हैं, ई अपॉन क्या कहते हैं, सिग्मा अपॉन 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट.
Okay.
और उस साइड माइनस सिग्मा बाय 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट. क्या सोच रहे हो सर?
I'll tell you क्या सोच रहा हूँ मैं. I think that's the mistake here. Because think वो हम जल्दीबाजी में यही प्रॉब्लम होता है. The electric field when we had a positive charge was facing outwards, right? That means if this is going to be negative, if all of this were to be negative, if you have another sheet, let's say, which are all negative, electric field is going to be inwards, right? Yes, no, maybe.
अच्छा हाँ, वो तो ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में होगी. यस, और वो अंदर, जब
So
अंदर होंगी तो
center
एक
में जो हो
दूसरे
रहा
को
है,
फेस कर रहे होंगे.
यस, तो सेंटर में जो हो रहा है इसकी वजह से बाहर की तरफ जा रहा है एंड इसकी वजह से भी इसकी तरफ से भी उसी तरफ जा रहा है बिकॉज वो अंदर की तरफ जा रहा है.
जी सर.
राइट. सो बोथ आर एक्चुअली एक्टिंग ऑन द सेम इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. सो एक्चुअली दिस
जी
विल
सर.
नॉट बी जीरो.
That will be 2 2
यस,
sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, तो sigma upon epsilon naught.
yes, this will be sigma upon epsilon naught, not sigma zero, sigma minus sigma,
सर ये
but
एक सेल की तरह हो गया ना, जैसे एक
yes,
सेल है,
yes,
उसके अंदर लाइन सीधा जाती है
yes,
और
exactly,
बाहर से वो
exactly.
ऐसे ओवल्स बनाता है.
So cell is essentially a capacitor, and this is exactly what a capacitor is, right? It's a parallel plate capacitor. जब हम कैपेसिटर पाएगा तो हम exactly यही चीज पड़ेगा what you said.
जी सर.
So जो फर्स्ट और एक्सट्रीम लेफ्ट पे क्या हो रहा है
सर एक्सट्रीम लेफ्ट में क्या कहते हैं,
इस
सिग्मा एप्सिलॉन
ये वाला.
नॉट से लेफ्ट की
देखो
तरफ.
खाली खाली वो इमेजिन करो ना, कौन सी डायरेक्शन में हो रहा है. सो प्लस की वजह से बाहर की तरफ है और माइनस की तरफ से अंदर की तरफ है, so they
अंदर
are
की
in
तरफ
opposite
है।
direction, so 0. Make sense?
दूसरी जगह भी यही हो जाएगा फिर उसे।
Yes. So इसमें अंदर की तरफ because of the minus sign, अब प्लस की वजह से बाहर की तरफ, so 0.
बाहर की तरफ 0 हो गया सर।
Yes. So now you actually we also understand कि कैपेसिटर में बाहर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड हमको क्यों नहीं दिखती है और अंदर ही क्यों दिखती है, जबकि एक प्लस और एक माइनस है।
बाहर तो कैंसिल आउट ही हो जाएगी इसलिए
कैंसिल आउट हो
अंदर।
रही है। Yes. Because it's actually cancelling out. It's not because it's just not present there. And mathematically, one that is how.
सर अगर पॉजिटिव चार्ज ज्यादा और नेगेटिव कम हो फिर तो फिर भी शो करेगा ना।
Okay, let's do that then. Let's think about that problem. Let's say you have this some plus charge here. But the difference is that this is some sigma 1, and you have,
एंड दैट इज सम सिग्मा 2
yes, so you have minus signs.
एंड सिग्मा 1 इज ग्रेटर देन सिग्मा 2, तो वो तो फिर
Yeah,
कुछ बच जाएगा ना, सिग्मा 1
yes,
माइनस
sigma
सिग्मा
1
2
is
अपॉन 2
greater than
एप्सिलॉन नॉट।
sigma 2. So सेंटर में क्या आएगा, सेंटर में आप निकाल सकते हो एग्जैक्टली कितना बचेगा ऑल्सो, राइट? बिकॉज इसकी वजह से इस डायरेक्शन में होगा, माइनस साइन की वजह से भी इस डायरेक्शन में होगा। सेंटर में क्या हो रहा है, सिग्मा 1 ओवर एप्सिलॉन नॉट प्लस सिग्मा 2 ओवर एप्सिलॉन नॉट, सो दिस इज
सर 2
सिग्मा 1,
एप्सिलॉन नॉट था।
oh sorry, yes, 2 epsilon naught by 2 epsilon naught.
जी सर।
Make sense? इधर
अच्छा आप कह रहे हो
left,
कि प्लस एक सिग्मा एक ए प्लस बी ए माइनस बी आ गया तो उससे वैल्यू निकल जाएगी।
हाँ, बस वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएगी आपकी।
हाँ तो दोनों की वैल्यू, ये भी क्वेश्चन आ
इट्स
सकता है
एक्चुअली एन
कि सिग्मा
एवरेज।
1 प्लस सिग्मा 2
अगर देख
और
लो आप हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे, एक एवरेज की तरह से निकल रहा है यहाँ पे, सिग्मा 1 प्लस सिग्मा 2 ओवर 2, काइंड ऑफ एन एवरेज, राइट?
तो सर सपोज अगर क्वेश्चन उसने दे दिया कि सिग्मा 1 प्लस सिग्मा 2 अपॉन 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट इज इक्वल टू 10,
हाँ,
और वहां से आ गया कि वो 2 है जो सिग्मा 1 माइनस सिग्मा 2 अपॉन 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट है,
हाँ,
तो बताओ कि दोनों कितना चार्ज है।
यस, वो एक से नहीं निकल सकता, राइट? बिकॉज अभी तुमने खाली एक ही इक्वेशन डिफाइन किया सिग्मा 1 प्लस सिग्मा 2 की, दो वेरिएबल एक इक्वेशन से नहीं निकल सकते, दो वेरिएबल के लिए दो इक्वेशन चाहिए होगा।
मतलब
दूसरा
सर एक
इक्वेशन,
तो वो, एक तो दूसरी वाली आ जाएगी जो थर्ड फेज के सेकंड और थर्ड के लिए हो
यस
गई
यस
बाहर वाली
एग्जैक्टली
के लिए।
एग्जैक्टली 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 वहीं से आएगी। तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे क्या होगा? लेफ्ट हैंड
सिग्मा
साइड
1
पे
माइनस सिग्मा 2 अपॉन 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट।
सिग्मा 1 माइनस सिग्मा 2 ओवर 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट, और
तो
एक्सट्रीम राइट पे
ये
क्या
सब
होगा?
कट हो जाएगा, 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट सिग्मा 1 माइनस सिग्मा
नहीं
2
नहीं नहीं,
सिग्मा 1 प्लस सिग्मा 2। तो अगर हम ऐड कर देंगे उसे तो वो हो जाएगा 2 सिग्मा 1 इज इक्वल टू
एक मिनट, क्या क्या
12।
क्या 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 क्या? अच्छा
सर जो
उसमें,
मैं
हाँ,
क्वेश्चन
यस
बोला था उसको सॉल्व
यस
कर
यस
रहा हूँ।
यस 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 यस, हाँ
तो
हाँ
2 सिग्मा 1 इज इक्वल टू 12, सिग्मा 1 इज इक्वल टू 6।
यस, बट एक मिनट
अगर
अभी
वो
कंप्लीट
6
नहीं
है।
हुआ है। हाँ, हाँ,
हम्म।
यस, देयर इज अ थर्ड पार्ट हियर आल्सो। थर्ड पार्ट में क्या होगा?
सर वो भी तो सिग्मा 1 में सिग्मा, ओ एक मिनट, ये होगा सर।
नाइस।
सर ये उसका नेगेटिव होगा मेरे हिसाब
यस
से।
यस, नहीं, जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट, राइट? जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट, प्लस की वजह से यूं जा रहा है तो सिग्मा 1 जो आएगा पहले आएगा, इसमें
हाँ
प्लस
सिग्मा
माइनस
2
की वजह
माइनस
से
सिग्मा
यूं
1
जा
है,
रहा है, तो दिस विल बी सिग्मा 2 माइनस सिग्मा 1।
एंड सिग्मा 2 तो सर माइनस नहीं है हमारा।
So, and no, what essentially you're saying is that sigma 1 is greater than sigma 2, right?
हाँ
So, this is essentially sigma 1 minus sigma 2 over 2 epsilon naught, because this is what is going to be positive, and so hence the electric field on one side is going to be negative, and the other side is going to be positive.
वही सर, मतलब मैग्नीट्यूड तो सिग्मा 1 माइनस सिग्मा 2, बट ये माइनस में हो जाएगी और वो
Yes,
प्लस में हो जाएगी।
yes, exactly, exactly. Lovely, lovely.
डायरेक्शनल चेंज की वजह से।
Directional change, absolutely, absolutely. इसके ऊपर एक और क्वेश्चन। Yes, okay, this is also kind of an interesting question. So, what if you have things perpendicular to each other? So, let's say this is along एक वाला कौन सा plane हो गया? X,
सर
Y,
एक्स वाई
Z.
प्लेन।
नहीं, X, Y तो ये नीचे वाला होगा, ये वाला plane होगा.
सर एक्स
Z,
जेड या वाई जेड।
XZ. So, this is XZ plane, and you have दूसरा नीचे यहाँ पे. On the both are infinite, so it doesn't matter.
एक सर एक्स वाई हो गया और एक एक्स जेड हो गया।
Yes, ये xz और ये sorry, ये xy और वो xz. So now just figure out what the electric field is going to be, let's say at the center of it. So center of both as in ये भी इसका बीच का है और ये भी इसका बीच का है.
सर इसमें क्यूब ले लेते हैं.
क्यूब लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट सुपरपोजिशन, राइट? इसकी वजह से एक यूं होगा, इसकी वजह से यूं होगा. सो द नेट इज गोइंग टू बी एसेंशियली लाइक दिस, राइट? You can just
सर वो
add
तो
that.
cos 45 डिग्री हो गया ना, क्योंकि ये तो 90 डिग्री पे हुए.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't matter, right? So x y इसको इसको 1 मान लेता है, इसको 2 मान लेता है. इस दोनों का कुछ सिग्मा है. So 1 की वजह से जो होगा वो होगा the electric field is going to be वेक्टर बना देता है sigma over 2 epsilon naught. And in what direction? So this is the y direction because this is the xz plane. So this is y cap. And in the electric field, because of the second one, the electric field is going to be sigma over 2 epsilon naught. But what direction? Since this is xy, so this is going to be in the z cap direction. Make sense?
जी सर.
So your total electric field, so this is E1 and E2. So your total electric field, TOT, is going to be E1 plus E2. So which is sigma over 2 epsilon naught y cap plus z cap. So अगर आपको इसका वो निकालना है magnitude, so magnitude of the total electric field, well that's just going to be sigma over 2 epsilon naught magnitude of 1 plus 1, which is root 2. So actually it will be sigma over root 2 epsilon naught rather than sigma over 2 epsilon naught. If it's both perpendicular to each other, it's going to be sigma over root 2 epsilon naught. Does this make sense?
जी सर.
Now, let's अभी तक हमने cylinders की बात की है. We've taken a line which, oh shit, I deleted it. Delta, yes. Yes. So अभी तक हमने cylinders की बात की है, one dimensional line और two dimensional. Now let's talk about three dimensional surfaces. And as soon as you come to a three dimensional surface, the first surface to try is obviously a sphere. And this thing has stopped working. Now it's working. Is a sphere, right? Now, sphere can be many types. Not many types, but yes, you can have a hollow sphere, and you can have a solid sphere, right? So first, let's think about a hollow sphere. So essentially, what you have is a sphere. That's a very bad sphere. And this is hollow, which means that all the charge is on the surface. Now, since all the charge is on the surface, okay. Now, first thing to do is to recognize that there are actually three regions at work here. One is inside, and the two is outside, and the third region, well, like literally on the surface, if you want to talk about it like that. So first will be inside, second will be outside, and third will be on the surface. Because on the surface it's like a restricting case, right? If you know on one side, if you know on the other side, so what the surface will do is actually tell you कि is your answer correct, because दोनों का limiting case exactly same value देना चाहिए और वो same value देना चाहिए जो on the surface पे होगा. That's why that's important.
ग्राफ के जैसा हो गया.
Yes, exactly that is essentially what we're trying to do. So using Gauss law, let's think about what will happen in the three regions. So you have a sphere again, and you have the charges plus 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 plus. So first region inside. So inside, if we think about a Gaussian surface, so first of all, it's a sphere, so the Gaussian surfaces are also obviously going to be spheres, right? Yes, no, maybe. Does it make sense? Why?
Yes sir.
Okay. Why?
So I will.
Hello? Are you there? Yuvraj, are we there?
सॉरी सर, मेरा इंटरनेट नहीं काम कर रहा था शायद.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so where were we? We were talking about inside a sphere. Okay, so what is the Gaussian surface that one should choose? Well, we can choose a
सर
sphere only.
सेंटर के आसपास.
या सेंटर के आसपास, सेंटर मान लो यहाँ पे है तो उसके कुछ आसपास स्फीयर ले लो और सम रेडियस स्मॉलर, लेट्स से द टोटल रेडियस इज आल्सो सम कैपिटल आर. सो ये जो स्मॉल आर है इनसाइड का मतलब ये हुआ आर इज स्मॉलर देन आर, राइट? सो व्हाट इज माय फ्लक्स गोइंग टू बी? E dot ds. Well, my flux, since I know my charge is zero inside this hypothetical Gaussian surface, so my Q enclosed is zero. So this is going to be zero, right? Yes, no, maybe. Yuvraj? Okay. Yes, you're back. All okay?
सर पता नहीं नेट को क्या हुआ है अचानक से.
I hold that. Keeps on happening. It's okay. So we were talking about a sphere which has charge on the surface,
जी सर.
and हमने अंदर Gaussian surface लिया था such that of some radius r, तो a sphere of radius small r,
एंड
which
सर
is
आउटर रेडियस हमने बड़ा आर ले लिया
बड़ा
which
r
is
ले लिया.
smaller than r.
बड़ा r is, yeah, बड़ा r is obviously bigger than छोटा r, not obviously.
Yes. Yes sir.
हाँ, yes. So the point is that the total charge inside is going to be zero, right? Because all the
जी
charge
सर.
is on the surface by definition. So this E dot ds is going to be zero, and hence my electric field will also be zero.
भी जीरो.
Why?
सर चार्ज ही जीरो तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कहाँ से आएगी?
Makes sense also. Nice. Oh, okay. So this is the first region. What about the second region? What about, let's say,
ऑन द सरफेस या आउट ऑफ द
outside,
सरफेस?
outside, outside?
सर वहां पे भी जीरो हो जाएगी.
Ah, just a second. Let's think about this.
तो क्योंकि अगर सारे चार्जेस सरफेस पे ही हैं तो वो तो बड़ा आर तो सरफेस के बाहर ही हुआ ना इसका.
Yes, but हमको surface के अंदर देखना है ना, कोई charge है या नहीं है. So if I take a surface here, let's say this is the
हम्म.
surface I've taken here. All the charge is inside my surface.
अच्छा हाँ. यस सर.
So this is the second area where my small r is actually greater than my capital R. And all my charge inside is inside this area. So E dot ds is just going to be the total charge enclosed over epsilon naught. And what is the total charge enclosed that's going to be there? Well,
तो सारे चार्जेस का सम,
yes. So
इंटीग्रल ऑफ ऑल द चार्जेस.
integral of all the charges, yes. So इसका हमने कुछ surface पे sigma, let's say, is the total
चार्ज ऑन यूनिट
charge density,
एरिया.
the charge surface density.
जी सर.
So what is the total charge going to be? Well, it's going to be the charge surface density multiplied by the surface area, right? So sigma
जी.
multiplied by 4 pi r square,
फोर पाई आर स्क्वायर.
capital R square. Okay.
सर फोर बाई थ्री पाई आर स्क्वायर नहीं होगा?
That is volume, and 4 pi 3 pi r cube होता है वो.
अच्छा सॉरी. यस फोर पाई आर स्क्वायर.
Yes. And so yes, so this surface, my electric field is going to be constant, and it's going to be in the same. First of all, it's going to be in the same direction, and second of all, it's going to be constant. So the same logic, your electric field हम बाहर ला सकते हो. So electric field को बाहर ले आओ, closed integral ds is going to be sigma 4 pi r square divided by epsilon naught. So what's the total area of the bigger sphere? Where the area of the bigger sphere is obviously 4 pi small r square, which is sigma 4 pi capital R square over epsilon naught. The 4 pi, goodbye. This implies E is equal to sigma r square over epsilon naught r square. Make sense?
जी सर.
notice what is happening. Sigma is a constant, capital R is a constant, epsilon naught is a constant. The only variable is small r, which makes sense because that's the only variable in our problem, apart from the electric field. But obviously, एक variable को दूसरी variable के terms में लाना है. But apart from all of that digression, my function of r is actually 1 by r square, which makes sense also because for my normal point charge, my electric field is exactly like this. It goes as 1 by r square, and a point charge is like a sphere having some charge, so the electric field should look very similar. Does that make sense?
जी sir.
Lovely. And that would mean that on the surface, so that's my third point. Since my r is going to be equal to capital R, so my electric field is just going to be sigma over epsilon naught. Yes, no, maybe?
Yes sir.
Because this r and small r and capital R is exactly the same, so they cancel out. So sigma by epsilon. Lovely. So let's plot this.
On surface वाला sir. या graph. Okay.
तीनों. Graph. So my electric field as a function of r. So first, यहाँ पे r is equal to capital R. Let's call this point as the capital R point. उससे पहले my electric field is 0. It's exactly 0 here.
जी sir.
And then at the surface, it jumps up to a point, which point is actually sigma over epsilon naught. And then it goes as 1 by r square to 0.
Yes sir.
So this is essentially how my graph looks like. Nice. Now moving ahead, next logical step, a solid sphere. So again, you have a sphere here, but this time your charges are actually on the inside. And now you'll actually have a volume density of charge, which we'll call by rho. So this is essentially the charge per unit volume. Here also you'll have three surfaces. You'll have one which is inside, two which is on, which is outside, and three which is on. Here, okay, let's start with the first one itself. What is happening inside? So let's see. You have these charges and dotted one success sphere. Nah, I don't like this. Okay, so you have a sphere with all the charges inside. Let's take a Gaussian surface centered at exactly the same center, but a sphere of some radius small r. First case, when small r is smaller than capital R. What is my small r? This is my small r. What is my capital R? This is my capital R. So now applying the Gaussian law, E dot ds is going to be the charge enclosed over epsilon naught. Now, what is the charge enclosed? Is the charge inside this volume?
Yes, sir. Small r का. तो सर ये बस वही हो जाएगा 1 upon r square से मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा, I guess.
No. See, हमको charge enclosed निकालना है, right?
जी सर.
हमको total charge पता है, नहीं पता है. हमको खाली charge density पता है, right? Charge density is rho. This is saying charge per unit volume.
हाँ जी सर.
Sorry, charge per unit volume.
तो सर वॉल्यूम से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं, चार्ज आ जाएगा.
Exactly, very nice. So the charge हमको निकालना है. So my charge Q enclosed is just going to be rho times the volume which is inside.
4 by 3 pi r cube.
Lovely. 4 by 3 pi r cube. So this is just rho times 4 by 3 pi r cube over epsilon naught. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
On the right hand side, again, same logic, electric field constant, same direction. it comes out. Yes, very nice. E, and so integral ds, closed integral ds, which is essentially the surface area of this whole thing. What is the surface area of this whole thing? Well, that's just
4 pi r
4
square.
pi r square, absolutely, times rho times by 4 by 3 pi r cube over epsilon naught. 4 pi goodbye,
4 pi
r square with r cube,
r by
and
3 epsilon naught rho is equal to E.
lovely.
तो E आ गया.
So
R by
rho,
3 epsilon naught rho. Rho 3 epsilon naught
sorry,
ऊपर R.
r, upar r. Lovely. Now you also found out an electric field which is linearly with r. अभी तक हमने कैसे कैसे देखी है? Actually हमने linearly पहले भी देखी है, right?
हाँ.
कहाँ पे
कहाँ
देखी है
पे
हमने?
सर?
कहाँ पे देखी थी? Let's go back. अभी अभी देखी थी हमने.
सर वो
Let,
R स्क्वायर वाला जो पीछे था.
नहीं, उससे पहले हमने linear देखी थी on the infinite wire. See, if you see, ये constant था, ये वाला हाँ constant था, but oh no, this was 1 by r. This was
Yes
actually
sir.
1 by r. Damn. So हमने actually proportional to r अभी तक नहीं देखा है. This is the first time we are seeing a function, an electric field which is actually proportional to linearly proportional to r, not even proportional to r, linearly proportional to r. Okay,
Yes.
lovely. So this is the electric field inside. What about the electric field outside? So the
सर
electric,
आउटसाइड वाली अपॉन R स्क्वायर हो जाएगी.
wait, greater than r. Wait, not so easy. Uh, Upon r square हो जाएगी. Actually, that's true. Yes. Why is it going to be over r square?
सर वो तो
So
पिछला वाला क्वेश्चन ही हो गया इनडायरेक्टली.
yes, exactly, because the total charge is still the same.
हाँ.
So the total charge, so it's so E integral ds, so इसको मैंने directly लिख रहा है, 4 pi r squared is just equal to the total charging flows, which is just going to be rho times 4 by 3 pi capital R cube over epsilon naught. 4 pi good pi, the r squares don't cancel out, so this is just E rho by 3 epsilon naught r cube 1 by r square. This is 1 by r square. 1 by r square, again, it's the same thing. If you go back, it's the same thing in the sense that, again, you have a point charge which is inside. The electric field goes as 1 by r square. So exactly same kind of a phenomena you're seeing here. And what is going to happen on the surface? R is equal to capital R. Well, just put R is equal to capital R in the equation above, and you'll obtain R cube over 3 epsilon naught times R squared. So R squared cancels out with this, and you get rho R over 3 epsilon naught. So hence, if you want to go ahead and plot this, it does not make me go over than 20. I cannot have more than 20 of these sheets, apparently. Did not know
हाँ.
that.
सर ऐसा तो होता नहीं है शायद, पता नहीं.
उसके बाद कुछ नहीं दिखा रहा है. 20 पे आ गया मैं. इसके आगे कुछ नहीं दिखा रहा है. Fascinating.
सर वैसे भी एंड नहीं करते सर, 5 मिनट की रह गए.
हाँ, नहीं, guess इसको बस प्लॉट करना है. So I'll just plot
जी
it
सर.
here only. That is all we're doing.
सर एक काम कर सकते थे ना,
हाँ, बोलो
उसको
बोलो.
सेव करके वो पेज गायब कर देते. सेव तो हो गया आपके पास, फिर उसको
स्मार्ट हो
आप.
यार. Save and clear all. Nice. Okay, so oh, but then I'll have to go back also. Yeah, fuck it.
क्यों?
अरे नंबर देखना ना मेरे को क्या है. छोड़ो
अच्छा
फिर.
ओ.
हाँ, प्लॉट करना है. Okay, doesn't matter. We know how it looks like because inside, so this is, let's say R is equal to capital R. Inside, what is happening? It's linearly increasing. Then it reaches the maximum point, and then it goes as 1 by R square. So this is 1 by R square, and this is proportional to R. This is proportional to 1 by R square. And this highest point is essentially the point at the center, which was what? Rho times R over epsilon naught 3 था शायद यहाँ पे, हाँ, 4 times r over 3 epsilon naught is the thing. Okay, does this make sense?
जी सर.
Lovely. Okay, let's stop here and we continue with Gauss law in the next class. So, yay.
जी सर.
Any
जी
thoughts?
सर. सर,
Any questions?
शीट सेव कर देना प्लीज, मतलब
Yeah.
शेयर कर देना.
हाँ, yes. एक मिनट देखना, मेरे पास सारी हैं भी नहीं है. ए चेक कैसे पर, ओके, शो एंड फोल्डर तेरा. Okay, chalo, you can leave. I'll do this and I'll send it to you.
थैंक यू सर.
Bye bye. Take care.